Brews and Banter.
Hi, Frank.
Hey, Roman. What's up, bitch?
What's up? Let's start our second episode.
Yeah, so to just to touch base and recap a little bit about last week, I'm crystal clear on what a fucking shiwi is. I know what its purpose is, and I know how it operates. So, we did get a lot of feedback from people, and I appreciate them kind of explaining what that is, and through the emails. And also, we got feedback on the issue with lick versus sniff. I'm man enough to admit that I did incorrectly ask you if you licked versus sniff. So I'm still concerned that you answered so quickly, but
and let's thank listeners for emails.
Yeah, absolutely. We got a lot of feedback, many emails, and we appreciate all that positive, negative, and we're going to continue to learn from here, and we'll keep growing and make changes as necessary and improve our podcast for you guys.
Yeah, thank you, everyone.
Yep.
And we enjoy engaging with you guys, and feedback is what's going to help us improve our podcast and deliver what our audience want to listen to. And let's quickly add some of the details from the emails.
Sure. Yeah, some people were, letting us know in their feedback that they appreciated the humor and starting their day off with listening to our podcast, and it kind of helps their day start a little better. And again, we appreciate it, and it kind of prompted us to do the second episode this week when we weren't really sure what the reception was going to be. So here we are recording our second one.
Some of my friends send me pictures of toilets.
That's got to be interesting.
If you want to know more details about it, listen to our first episode.
Check the first episode, right?
Yeah. We mentioned in the first episode about attending the CNY Brewfest.
Right. So yeah, that's what we did last night. It was actually a pretty good setup. I mean, I liked it. We went to a different night. There's another one tonight, but we went to last night. It was a little less
crowded.
Yeah, less crowded, but we were able to sort of focus on some local people and breweries that were more specific to our area, Syracuse, New York. We did identify a couple people that we were talking to and working with and hope to collaborate with in the future, but one of those was Buried Acorn.
Yeah, Buried Acorn. Actually, thank you guys for taking your time on the busy day to chat with us, even for a minute. And we'll reach out to you later after all this fest stuff is over, and we'll talk more and collaborate. But we did went and purchased their beer today.
Yeah, so we've got, we spoke with Sean, the squirrel wrangler. And
I love that.
He was there with his wife, so, he kind of recommended some things for us. So right now we've got a hot whip. It's a IPA, 6% alcohol, so that's what we're going to start today's episode with, and we'll go on from there and tell you guys some other things that happened.
Crack this open now.
We did have a special guest with us last night, your uncle. It was
yeah, he was visiting from Florida. And we got lucky. We were able to get a ticket for him too. There weren't many left afterwards, but
I did apologize to him as soon as I shook his hand for what he was about to experience. And I mean, he was a sport, a true sport, and he kind of, just to give people an idea, he's Armenian, but he looks like an old school mafia guy from New York City. He's got a leather jacket on, and
the old school retro leather jacket. He's walking with his hands behind his back, all like badass. He even had a lot of comments about like people liking his leather jacket.
Yeah, there's a lot of people were telling him how much he liked that, and he did have a couple experiences with some beer. He's a dark beer drinker. He likes that, and I know a couple times he would man a few words. He'd take a sip, say no, and then just dump it out right in front of the brewers.
Yeah, right in front of he was like, yeah. He goes, no, not this one.
The way these things work, there's a 5-gallon bucket that if you don't like the beer, you can just sort of tip it out, and there's also a water jug that you can rinse your glass so that you don't have the residue from beer to beer. But he, really genuine guy. He just, if he didn't like it, he dumps it out and doesn't really care what people think.
You know what I wish they had? Food.
Yeah, there wasn't. There were some people there that had a buffet, but these are like professional beer fest people.
Yeah, they brought trays of like nacho dip, pizza, sandwiches, charcuterie tray.
Yeah.
There was a lot of food. You couldn't even see the table.
The whole picnic table of shit. And I'm like, what the fuck?
My thought was, you have alcohol and you got to combine with food, right?
Yeah.
And if people are not hungry, they'll keep drinking.
They may have had food there today. I don't know. But last night I was just jealous. I mean, really all I wanted was like one fucking potato chip. I couldn't even find that. I couldn't get it anywhere. Like,
we had one bag of peanuts.
yeah, bag of nuts is what we had.
You like nuts in your mouth.
Even if it's shaped like a hot dog, anything that looks like a wiener, I'll put in my mouth.
Yeah, so next time, when he gets, hosted here next year maybe.
Well, we'll know. And there was even a guy there. Remember he had like a yarn around his wrist with like pretzels on it.
Yeah, around their necks too, like pretzels hanging.
He's like a little kid, like those little kids that have those little candies, like little candy bracelet. He had a pretzel bracelet.
Yeah, couldn't they like contact some like restaurants locally and just have them like cater food? I mean, that'd be great exposure for local restaurants as well.
Well, like I said, even the food trucks, they had that other brewery there with the other brewery. They had the van, the Mercedes van with taps on the outside of it.
Yeah.
And if you could bring a car in there, you could bring in a food truck. There's a ton of food trucks that we'll talk about also in a later episode that we can kind of go visit on these Wednesdays we're talking about.
Yeah, that was cool. So next time, please have food.
Yeah.
Like, who wants to like go to a Brewfest and bring food with them? That's kind of like, I don't know.
But certainly we know if that's not what's going to happen, then we'll bring our own. But
I'd like to not to and just support more local business.
Even if I bring like a little kitty bag of like those little fucking 4-ounce chips you buy for your snacks or something.
Fucking set a picnic table and just...
But they had dipped like bowls of it. Like I just wanted to see, like, can I pay you for your food?
Yeah, can I sit with you guys?
Yeah, you're my best friend. And I wasn't even starving. I just wanted one chip. Yeah. Couldn't find it.
Yeah, my uncle raided a peanut table. He stole like 4 or 5 more bags.
Yeah, I didn't know where that was coming from. He's like, I don't care. They're just laying around. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe they got roofies in them or something.
Yeah.
And also, with that being said, we did meet some new friends yesterday, some acquaintances, and it's one of the funny things is there's a lot of beers here. I mean, we probably had 20 or 30 different tasting beers. They're
25. I think I counted 25. If I'm wrong, sorry. I counted 25. But
they are small. I mean, they're tasting glasses, so we didn't have 25 beers. But
no, we didn't.
But
we did taste it quite a bit.
We did meet some friends, and we've got a new phrase about
the sours.
Yeah, the sours is called SPB, which apparently stands for Stinky Pussy Beer.
Yeah.
So.
I like Stinky Pussy Beer.
I mean, I'll power through it. I mean, that's what we got to do. But I think it relates to many things. But I think one of them is probably the face you make when you drink it. Yeah.
It was interesting when we tried to picture how you come up with that taste.
Yeah, it's
but it's all right.
I mean, many people like it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's probably not for me, but we did have a lot of to choose from, and there's a lot of again great samples to take, a lot of stouts and IPAs and pilsners and some. There was no porters, but there was just a lot of selection. So we work with a couple of people, and today's going to be this beer's about buried acorn and see how this goes.
Yeah, it tastes good. 6% alcohol. Last time we started with a beer that was 10%. That was pretty strong.
Well, that was the first episode that wasn't recorded, was 10%.
Oh, right.
And then we went to 8%.
Yeah.
And then we went to, I think it was 4.5%.
So this is good. I like the taste. I like the aftertaste, like kind of like, stays in your mouth for a little longer.
I hear you like that.
Yeah, I like it. Actually, I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's a little different than the first ones we had, and that's what these are about. But
I like this, I would say, more than 80% of IPAs I had at the fest.
Yeah. There was a lot, and we'll talk about those in later episodes. But I think right now you want to also throw a mention to.
I wanted to give it a quick shout out. So a K-9 officer, Jacko, in Marietta County, Georgia, retiring after 7 years service. And there's a few cool facts about him. So his partner is Officer Joseph Powell. And Joseph Powell said that he recalls Jacko once helped track down a suspect for Cobb County Police and located the suspect hiding in the woods along the I-75 highway. That's pretty cool. And another thing, Jacko also assisted the Drug Enforcement Administration, Homeland Security investigations, and the High Intensity Drug Trafficking Areas program, as well as other local police departments during his career. So Jacko, happy retirement. And his police department, formerly colleagues say they wish reliable, focused, tenacious partner a retirement full of rest, steak dinners, and belly rubs.
Yeah. Well,
so Jacko,
and he deserves it, absolutely.
Yeah, happy retirement. Thank you for your service.
And Officer Powell, thank you for.
And Officer Powell, thank you. We wanted to add some stuff to give to our email subscribers, freebies and stuff. So I was thinking about doing like episode arts.
Yeah, I mean.
So from our last episode, things we discussed about, we can create digital art that kind of resembles things we talked about. And they're kind of weird and messed up.
Is that what you texted me, the sumo?
The sumo?
Yeah. So for everybody listening, these are digitally generated and they're unique. So
yeah, they're unique.
You're not going to be able to find them anywhere else, but you should see what is created by these.
And if we mention like GIFs or certain images, we want to include them in those folders, and when they sign up for our email, they'll be able to go to that episode folder and look at that episode's funny art or the GIF we mentioned. And I don't know, something we want to kind of spice things up for our email subscribers, and give them something more to look forward to.
Yeah, it's again, it's unique, and we talked about the sumo, and then we talked about the SPB already.
Yeah.
But just to give them a taste, this this image you already created, the AI actually put a vagina on the sumo wrestler. So
I don't know why. That was not intended.
It's interesting to see. But,
all I put in is licking sumo wrestler's asshole.
So yeah, well, again, you guys can find that on the website.
And you can find that out on how it relates to the first episode after you listen. But there's just some things we want to add and try.
Yeah, I want to add more beer right now to my throat.
I want to also tell you a funny story. It's a short story. There's a bar near my house, and I was over there with a couple of friends. And we were just talking to a waitress. She was making our drinks, but she was all like distracted with the phone. And we're like, "What are you doing?" And she's on one of those apps where like you slide left to reject dating. Dating app.
Tinder or something like that.
Yeah, and then you slide right to accept.
Yep.
I go, make our drinks. Let me see. Let me pick some guys for you. She's like,
no.
Oh, boy. Yeah. So apparently I found out through my friends.
That you have a profile on there?
No. The guy I picked, they're now in a serious relationship.
Right. So that's like another thing we can offer people. Yeah.
I was like, are you serious? So now next time I'm there, I see her. She owes me a beer.
Yeah. Roman, and for those people out there looking for others, Roman can help you.
No.
No,
I'm not
He picks better as we drink more alcohol.
Yeah. I was a little drunk then. When I did that.
I was in my closet the other day, and I saw a pair of pants, and someone bought these pants for me, and I had another pair that looked similar. I'm like, oh fuck, these things are the same, the same color. I'm like, well, maybe I'll have a pair to use outside, or a pair for inside yard work or something. Mm-hmm. But then I put them together, and they're the exact same pair. Everything's the same except the color's a little off. Mm-hmm. So like maybe the dye lot is different. But then I'm looking like, these things are from China. So. Basically, we like to support USA-made stuff. So, this is a public service announcement to, stay where you play, buy local.
Exactly.
I don't know why that comes in my head, but like it's just these weird.
You'll get
stories.
Like the material quality would be better if it's made here.
Yeah.
I don't know,
consistent for sure.
Yeah, my opinion, and supporting local jobs. Mm-hmm. That's always great. I actually purchased leather gloves made by Midwest Gloves and Gear. They're made in U.S. It was a buffalo leather, and I used them for like construction work. I've used them for backpacking trip in the winter time. We went up north and did snowshoeing. I used like to put firewood in the fire and so I don't burn my hand. I've used them, wearing them while hiking. They actually kept my hands warm. They're not insulated, but I think they retain like body heat. Been using them for almost 8 months. They stood up, against sharp objects at work, and I don't know, super happy with. So check out Midwest Gloves and Gear. I can't say all their product is made in U.S., but they're out of Missouri, and the gloves I purchased made in U.S.
So how did you find them? How did you locate that company to try?
I needed gloves for construction work and wanted to protect my hands, and was looking for a U.S. made product, and prompted me to search for them. So happy with them.
Yeah, and we all know it's maybe sometimes more expensive to buy U.S. It is what it is, but I don't mind spending what's reasonably acceptable to get a better quality glove that's going to support people in our country.
Yeah, quality and keeping money circulating in the United States is great.
Absolutely.
Oh, and we'll be bringing product in after we have reviewed. So we just started these episodes. I have purchased some U.S. products, variety of things, like storage bins, containers, things like that, dog food.
Completely random, whatever it is.
Yeah, random stuff. Just I take my time and I look in the back where it's made, find out, make sure it's not, based out of U.S. but manufactured in a different country, and actually get stuff that's manufactured here, designed, manufactured, based out of the United States.
In some point, I'd hope we could even do some handgun reviews. I know they're not always U.S. made, but we will do what we can for U.S. made stuff. But it's something we're very familiar with, so we can actually give some honest feedback to our listeners or our viewers, and let them know how that is.
For sure. And you wanted to add something this morning.
Yeah, so I was thinking about this last night. I think we should start some segment that's called maybe She Said, I Heard.
He heard?
She said, I heard. I don't care if you're a man or a girl, whoever fucking heard it, but I know it's something she said. Or what she said, but specifically my wife. This was last night. And you might have even been here. But we were going to get something to eat, and I asked her if she wanted something, and she told me that she said I already ate. And what I heard was, right, did you hear that? Because it's fucking nothing. She didn't tell me. It never happened. But this is typical. Like, there's a lot of times where I honestly do not hear her or listen to her say shit. This is not one of them.
You just tune her out?
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Like, I think she thinks she told me, and she means to tell me, but I probably interrupt her, or we just say some dumb shit and she gets off track. So it never actually got out of her mouth to my ears. But last night was not one of those. I don't think she told me. But, like, for instance, like, she said, do you think it's a good idea to have another beer? And what I hear is, it's a good idea to have another beer. So then, game on. Let's hope
something completely opposite.
Yeah, I don't know. There's some miscommunication there.
Well, keep track of those and then write them down, and then we can add them.
Yeah, and again, there's a lot of stuff I probably just don't retain, and she says, but I know I'm right last night.
We say a lot, that's what she said.
That's what she's right. Yeah, I need to get in there. We
can keep track of those too.
You need to get in there now. That's what she said.
That's what she said. Here, or put that in my box.
Yeah, right.
How big is your box?
That's what she said. Or earlier today, you said, I like the taste in my mouth, or I like it in my mouth longer. I said, that's what she said.
Yeah. Share your she said, I heard stories.
Or, I know this applies to the ladies also because you love us, you can share your he said, I heard stories.
Yes. And they can post that on social media.
Social media, you can email, however you want to reach out, we'll get it.
That'll be funny. I'm looking forward to reading.
Yeah.
And we find, maybe we can vote, like some really funny ones we'll share.
Yeah, we'll share.
In the episode.
We all know guys are idiots, so we'll go from there.
I am, when it comes to stuff like that.
Speaking of funny ones, do you remember last night? I mean, we did have 25 beers we were sampling, so you're kind of on the edge of, tipsy and not. But do you remember speaking about QR codes? Yeah.
We were talking about tattoos, and I said it'll be funny if I tattoo a QR code on my ass cheek, and if you scan it, it's your face pops up, and you have a tattoo of a QR code. And if someone scans your ass cheek, my face pops up.
That's fine for the logo, but I don't know whose butthole the beer is going on. I don't want it on mine.
And when is someone's ass cheek is going to be hanging out to scan? Hey, get your phone ready. Scan my QR code, and you pull your pants down.
So along with Roman hooking you guys up on Tinder and matching you up, then well, let's take a poll also if you think we should do these QR codes on our butts.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm curious to hear what people have to say.
All right, I think we're good. This beer's almost gone. I love the hot whip from Buried Acorn, and this is probably where we're going to end this episode.
Yeah, we're running out of beer, so thank you, Buried Acorn, for your time. You set up your stand yesterday and to chat with us for a minute, and we're looking forward to hearing from you. So
and we'll see you guys next episode.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's keep this going, and see you then.
Bye bitch.
Bye.